says something about people recording it, to be honest. Oh, if that was my baby, I would have not given it the banana at the end. I would have just kept recording forever. I've never actually really gotten to play this. I actually splashed it in one deck, but it's probably good enough to just take. Heron is really good. I mean, the pack is kind of poopy. I mean, this card and this card, I think, are the two best cards other than the rare. Wheel Heron, but doubt it. I mean, I think I've wheeled the Archipelago more than I've wheeled the Heron. Blood Curdle? I hate passing a Bone Lurker, but there's no way this just isn't Curdle. Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot to do the giveaway. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'll do it in just a second. As soon as we're done with the drafting process, I'll do the giveaway. Chittering Harvester is pretty good. Hopefully we wheel Glimmerbell or Thieving Otter. Reader usually wheels. Everybody who wasn't here during the hype train is getting a reward because they get a chance to win even though they weren't here for the hype train. How to improve on drafts? It depends. I don't know what you suck at. I'd have to figure that out first. If you tell me what you suck at, I could probably tell you. Or you can watch some drafts. Here on Twitch or on YouTube, that'll help. Not in love with blue here. The white-black mutate deck is pretty good. Memory Leak is fine-ish. No real reason to go into red or to green so far. I think this guy's probably the best. We can spec on dipping on something. This is kind of a late Essence Scatter, kind of like this. Because we can splash Skittering and Blood Curdle, both very splashable. I think I'll take this Essence Scatter. Hey, LOL, welcome, how are you? Potentially black-white, this card's great. This is a late Rumbling Rock Slide as well. Because we are definitely in some sort of combination of these cards. You would love to pick Bastion in first pick. Cool. So this is against real people. So we draft against real people and then we play against real people, but not necessarily in the same pod. I don't want this land. It's either that or we like spec on like the Petrodactyl, which is kind of replaceable. Also, I think the Ominous Seas isn't great. I'd rather spec on the duel here, in case we decide to go into a different option. You know, Keep Safe is not bad. Either is this or Memory Leak, but I think I'd rather... The Great Shark isn't really splashable, but the other things are, right? We don't even need to be white. And Chittering Harvester and Blood Curdle are very splashable, so I think those things are all kind of equal. So when in doubt, I'll take the thing that fits into what I currently have more. Bastion, unlikely aid. Coordinate charge, it's probably the aid. Or maybe the Shimmerer, but usually I cut that card anyway. Bastion Wheel, I do see that. I just don't like the card very much. I mean, it's fine if you're playing like in the humans deck, or if you're in a deck that kind of wants that trigger, but most of the time when you're, you know, building mutate stuffs, it's not really great. It doesn't produce anything you can mutate with, it doesn't produce anything that you're very happy with in general. It's gonna do 2 damage and create a 1/1 that just gets eaten. How do you always draft mutate? There's a lot of mutate in the format. I mean, I'm not really drafting it. Right now, we only have 1 mutate creature. 2, I lied. We have 2. But that's really not a lot. Alright, well, white seems to be what's open here. It's a very late checkpoint officer. Or do you always draft? I thought I said how. I was like, I don't. Yeah, no, not always. I don't really draft the cycling deck. I've tried once and it didn't go very well. So we really did not see any blue, so I'm tempted to not take the Sky Sovereign Cat. Like, that's where I want to be. But we don't have any good, actually, we don't have any good black really either that's not splashable, so I guess maybe we are taking it. Try to force a bit. Not great. The other option is pacifism, which I do like a lot. Rare is just worth it. You guys want to get rid of our 1 Blood Curdle? And our Essence Scatter? I mean, it's good on its own, right? It is a double... Well, not if we're going to splash black. That's not really an option. I don't love it. I think it's just pacifism. If we were maining black, I would do it, but we're not. Most likely. This card's probably worth it. It's double blue, but we're a little light on the blue. We need some fixing. Need to start prioritizing that. But the other option is Boot Nipper and then ditch the blue altogether. And I think this card is very good. So it's worth to try to keep it going. I get so much value out of that card. The dual land is fine too, but it's not a black source, which does make it worse. I'm a gummy bear? Congratulations. I am not a gummy bear. Bounce spell, marshal. Here's another mutate to go with our Chittering Harvester. It's not a great mutate though. We have, what, 3 mutates total? I think it's just the dual land. We're still in pack 2, so we can get some good black cards. How's our 2-drop slot looking? 2 cards. So it's the option between the uncommon mutate or a 2, and I think we tend to get enough 2s. This isn't a very good mutate, but kind of fine. It's a late Divine Arrow. This is making me feel good. I really wish we could pick this land up, but we do have 2 black splashes for it. It's a late Lynx. We could splash the Deadweight as well. Honestly, we could just be dipping more into the black and getting rid of the blue. But I like the Drake and the other stuff a lot more. We wield both the 2-drop and the bounce spell I was really considering getting, so take this in case we decide to shift. Alright guys, real question. How long does a drink take to get cold in the freezer? I'm feeling quite sleepy. Someone says 1 hour, 10 to 15, 20 to 30, 30. It's been 10. I'm not in love with this Mythos of Snapdax. I really want the Heron, but I think Capture Sphere might be correct. But I'm gonna take the Heron anyway because I want to. I really like the Mutate. You know, Ego, I heard this. I've been told that before, and I just have never tried it. This rare card's pretty good. Oddity's great. Sometimes Oddity wheels, sometimes Divine Arrow wheels. Cavern Whisperer. All cards that are very reasonable to see again. Maybe I should go get a Wet Perfect Tall and put it on there. I am feeling very tired. And the stream just started. 7 o'clock. If I finished it by 8 and we may have had a nice long late stream, seems good. Oh, it's like a dream come true. Pick 3 Curdle? What the heck did you guys take? Poop Pack. I mean, Banish is not bad removal, and with cards like this, you get a little bit more payoff when you can have flexible cards to bring back. What was pick 1, 2, and 3? 2 was the Lava Brink Adventurer. 3 was the Blood Curdle. I don't remember what 1 was. I don't think we opened anything particularly great. I don't remember what it was, to be honest. I picked... I picked the Heron over the Pacifism, that's what it was. I remember now. So it was Heron, Lava Brink Adventurer into Blood Curdle this pack. Poop Pack for me. Probably not running 2 of these. I'll take a Vault Value Uncommon. Draw cards? I like drawing cards. That's our 2-drop slot, actually. We might need this Reader. 3 2-drops. I'll take Reader. I do like that card. It's not great. Why is this still in the... I'm just gonna take this just to lower the pool. Rare cards. We could run the Leosaur, but we don't really have a go wide strategy at all, so... I mean, I'm not really interested in running it for double white. Yeah, I guess it does mutate. I don't care that much about rare drafting, so we'll just take this. Just in case we decide to play it. Do we want a jellyfish, a moderately bad board clear, or another black source to help us splash our 3 black cards? Oops. I think I want the black land. Jellyfish is good. We got 4 2s. It's not necessary. Now I feel bad for not taking the draw card there. How good is Mutual Destruction in Draft? Last time I played 2, but I think its removal... I think if it's removal, it didn't feel that good. I mean, 2 for 1ing yourself never feels good, right? That card, without other situations or out, you know, like Dirtlebug, things like that, make that card a little bit better. But in general, like, casting 2 things to kill 1 thing is just never going to be good, no matter what the situation is. That card could be free, and it would still be bad in card value-wise. Dark Heron, this thing's not great. This thing's not great. Vanishing Blade, Gust of Wind. This thing's fine. Stream Elements, please answer my whisper. Stream Elements is a bot. It's not like a person in the channel. Keep safe over anticipate? I'm probably cutting both, to be honest. I have liked Keep Safe a lot more actually in this particular format. Just because of the mutate stacks. Like if we have a Chittering Harvester that's landed, we get a lot more value out of being able to do that. I think this card outperforms people's expectations with how good the removal is and how tall the creatures are going. But usually, I mean, I don't play it very often. Leo C seems slow. For what you're playing? Or do you just want the mutate stacks? So I'm thinking I just want the mutate stacks with cards like Chittering Harvester, Drake. These are all reasons why we would want an additional mutate target. It may or may not do a little extra damage with, like, let's say, a wide flying board. But its mutate ability on its own, I'm not super interested in. I'm more interested in the consistency it will bring by mutating more times in general. But we also do have, you know, some vigilance creatures, some flyers. We have some stuff and things. We have cards that make like tokens. Not very many. I think I cut all of them, but we could. 14 creatures. Kind of tempted to get rid of the keep safe, put in like Tiger for 15 creatures. Yeah, I think if we get to mutate the dragon guy here, it feels really good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white. We have a lot more white, but we have 2 double blues and we have 1 double white. I guess the black is actually good for that too. So 9 whites I think is a little greedy. 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's still, wait, 7, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 8. Four black sources seems like enough, right guys? I'm tempted to even just cut it down to 3, but we have no other fixers. Dark Bargain is underrated. You should be playing it. I don't want to increase the density of our black splash. I don't underrate that card. I think the card is fine in a black deck, but I don't think it's worth destabilizing the deck and having to pull deeper into the black. If we had Farfinders and stuff on our deck and we could smooth, I would probably be playing it. But, you know, we're right around the area where we want for creatures. If you have a recommendation as to what you think we should cut for and an argument as to why we should be deeper in our black splash, I would love to hear it. But like, Twitch chat will always be like, play this, play this, play this, play this, but then it's like 72 cards and then like, it doesn't actually get us anywhere. Our fixing is really not good because we have no way of pulling the cards out like we normally do with the green, the Great Horn or the Farfinder. We just have only dual lands, which is still good for most formats, but it's not as good as we would like to have more black in the deck. I'm kind of tempted to drop one of the, I think maybe 7 blue is good, because we really don't have a whole lot of blue we want to cast early. We have a lot more white in the deck. It's only 5 cards. We have 8 and 8. I'm kind of tempted to drop this swamp and just sit on these 3 sources. Is that enough? Guess not. I think this is fine. You have 4 black spells. We only have 3 black spells in the deck. Need to make sure you can cast them whenever you draw them. Going down to 3 black sources feels a bit low. I agree. I agree. But 8 and 8 doesn't feel good either for the rest of the deck. Necropanther is black, no? You're never casting it for its hard casting cost. You're always going to want to try to mutate it. So I'll play this in a deck with no black, right? So I usually count the mutate, like this card is double blue. I'm not running any red sources, right? So I'm just assuming this is just a blue card that's going to ideally get me back a Blood Curdle. I'll play these 2 and Bone Lurker with only running one of the colors every time. They're super powerful. I mean, 7 blue is probably fine. We have so little early blue. Feels a little awkward, but we also have a lot more white. So going 8-8 feels pretty bad. I think we kind of need to hit. We're missing 1 Farfinder, and then I'd be happy. It's weird that one card like that, you know, makes the deck feel so much smoother, but it really does. Yep, the Draxus ram through. So I was doing the Draxus with the well, Blood Curdle's just insane, but usually I'm doing it with like the draw 2, the divination card, and then I also had like a destroy power 4 or greater. So like I had a range of spells, and so I was able to just keep getting back whatever I needed at the time. It was really nice. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do the drawing for the giveaway. For those of you guys who were here earlier, I announced it a couple of times, so good luck. If you are still here, all you need to do is message me here on Twitch, and I will get that out to you guys. Draw another winner. So we got Lucit, Ego, and Summer. Look at their beautiful mana. All right, it's definitely been 25 minutes, so I'm pretty happy. So this is a 1-for-1. Actually, it's kind of a 1-for-0, right? Because both cards kind of replace themselves. So that feels kind of not good. I guess I am just hardcasting this. We normally would never do that, but we have nothing to get back. And it allows us to keep open the fight if they try to remove that, because that card is worth it. Excuse me, can you not have all the things? That'd be great. No attack again? I mean, he had something. I didn't do it the first time because I didn't want him to think I had a combat trick of some sort. And if the attack is pointless, right? Also, there are things for 1 green that could potentially kill our guy. Where's the island when you need it? It's with the extra black source we're running. Which was actually the swamp, right? Because we have the other dual land. We have 3 dual lands and 1 swamp, but I was considering replacing this for an island. Which we did not do. You had vigilance. He has no mana. One time he did, for sure. And I didn't want him to think that, like I said, that there was a combat trick possible. And if let passing think you had a trick, it's free point of damage. No, because then he won't attack me with the Heron because of a potential trick like a Divine Arrow, and then he won't risk the Heron. That's why I didn't do it the first turn, right? So it's not really a free point of damage if they decide not to attack me with the Heron and then mutate it again next turn. Da-na-na-na-na-na, blue land! Woo! Called it! I actually want to just bounce this for now. We could tap it down and get in, but also I like just bouncing. So this is a little awkward. Right, because now we couldn't hold open the Great Shark, but we still can get value. The problem is that this is stopping us from cracking back. We do have a lot of removal that'll hit that, right? We got 3 removal spells, that being one of them. They've got 1 card. We have lifelink. This is a reasonable race for us. Oh, no, come back, you little bugger, you. And then next turn, I think we just hold open Great Shark forever. They have 1 card in hand. We have a solid race. That does kind of ruin our reindeer games. I just want to get value for it, get this off the board so he can't tap my stuff. And then we have a lot of removal spells in the deck. We get a redraw here, so we can make his life very awkward, right? We have double Curdle. We have the Drake, that would be the nuts. Essence Scatter's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy to trade the Shark here for the 3/4. Or the Flyer, either one. Because then we can start getting in. The Heron's really the only thing that's stopping us. You have a Pacifism too? Yeah. I think we have 1 Pacifism. I think he needs to keep the 3/4s back. I think he's gonna double block here, Great Horn, and that thing. Oh, he's gonna just wait a turn. It's in the deck. Hotel Soap. Thank you, love. Very, very much appreciated. So we can get Frostlinks back too if we draw a mutate creature, which would be nuts. Oh, buddy, that's where it's at, baby. Let's mutate onto this bad boy. And that's always the case, of course, but this deck is very on the fence in 3 different directions. We don't have a whole lot of things that we want to mutate the cat onto right now, so... I mean, I think if he's got a combat trick he wants to use here, that's fine with me. I'm not really opposed to that. Let's see if he's got a divine arrow. I'm more okay with casting this like just outright because I know we have the card that allows us to get it back. But I mean, I still think we should bait out some of the removal. I'm gonna go ahead and just cast the Frost Links here. Not super mana efficient, but I think this is great. Deal. We haven't really seen anything else. We haven't seen red or white. I don't know if we should be playing around counterspells or not. I wish I knew if they were more red or blue. Okay. Good to know. Do you put the cat out and start popping out flyers? Negative. Next round we can actually pop out a flyer if they try to remove it like the same turn because they have a red mana, so it's easy that they could be splashing a lot of really premium red stuff. Really not sure what their deck is trying to do. Play the land now so that way they can't. Probably cyclers? I don't think so. We would see something from it by now. That's what this is literally the exact reason I didn't want to play this card last turn. I wanted to make sure we could at least do the thing. Probably an Ultimatum or Apex. Or it's just, like, I would super splash 2 of these cards. If you've got 1 Fire Prophecy and a Flame Spill, sometimes that's just worth splashing. Card is very good. We need one of our mutate creatures. Preferably first the one that gets the cat back. We don't have any of the other spells yet in the yard, so the Drake won't help us. Does draft always remain the latest set? Negative. There's 3 different draft formats, and then they all kind of rotate accordingly. They've cycled 2 boons and then played an Of One Mind. They're quite a few cards deeper in their deck, but everything they have is reasonably low impact. As soon as they start mutating onto this, we're going to feel real bad, especially because our Chittering Harvester is gone. But we also have a fair amount of removal, so I'm pretty happy about it. I'm kind of happy just to keep the Leosaur here, too. That's very loud. They might have Zenith in their deck. They've cycled a few cards, too. I wouldn't imagine that it would be worth it to them, but... Two, 6... I'm actually fine with them using that there. Come on. Can we get something useful? Literally anything? Lava Brink would be solid here, yeah. Your deck is like premium removal, draw cards, and then stall cards. I feel like this is just gonna get countered, in all honesty. I kind of want to go a little bit wider. You know, I'm actually fine with just... We're not going to get value out of this now, but if they have a kill spell for the Heron, that's fine. We get to draw a card if they don't. If they do, then the Leosaur comes into play, which is fine. Right? It just replaces itself because we can't get it onto the battlefield already anyway. This is kind of nice too because it actually gives us protection. We can block the guy here. They could have another one. Is this a flame spell? Oh, okay. It's really bad that they got value out of it that late. I guess that was pretty greedy of me, but I still think, like, there's only so much they can have. Right? But now we can start pooping out flyers, unless they have another removal. I don't think they can with this mana. They could have another counter spell, but that's not great for them. So they're gonna tap down one thing and then we'll send. Very reasonable. That was a very good draw, for sure. Kitty Cat adds a lot of pressure. So now any mutate card we get another flyer on board, and another mutate card just gets us another one, gets it back, right? That's just a really good target that's gonna have to eat a removal spell every time. And we actually have a lot of mutates left in the deck. So, well, actually maybe we have less than I thought. Even, right? We have 2 left. Such a beautiful deck you have. We have the Draxus, which is great. I'm trying to think of what else we have. Considering Harvester, you know, we haven't seen a Blood Curdle yet. Not that it matters on this board, but that's the problem. That's a super duper problem. Oh, interesting. They didn't get the Rock Slide back? I would have gotten the Rock Slide back and killed my Necropanther. I think. I mean, maybe that's not right, I guess. I don't really know what they have in their hand, but I think they oopsed us, but like, also I feel like they could just be baiting us too. I don't really know. Although, now they kind of need something odd on the board to deal with this because they let us get in an extra 4 damage. That really shortens that clock. That thing is... Ooh, they didn't do it. They kind of fucked up. Well, not really, because then it would not... No, it would still have hexproof. They kind of needed to mutate that and put the Heron on top, right? Am I crazy? So now if they Rock Slide us, they can tap... Come on. They're gonna tap both flyers. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands. We have 12, 13 lands. They could be sandbagging a bunch. Also could have put some to the bottom, but... So now we just really have to hope they don't have an odd creature? It's odd, but it's only... They can block one time. We are at 10, which is actually a little scary.
Here we go.
It is kind of nice that they have to hold back 6 lands. I mean, that's not that much. They still have 5 mana to work with, which is, you know, still a fuck ton, but it's stopping them from casting like a creature, the rock slide, and holding open the taps. It's kind of nice. So they have to have something odd here. And it has to be smaller than this, and I need to not top one of my 2 Curdles that are left in my deck. We did put Curdles in the deck, right? Like, I'm not crazy. I mean, I am, but I think I'm not crazy enough to cut that card. Pretty sure they're in there somewhere. Oh, well played. Most impressive. But they can only tap down 1 card now, but they have an extra creature. That's not good. We might die to this. We have nothing we can cast. The deck tracker says you have them. Nice. So I'm actually happy to trade this Lynx with either a checkpoint officer or the Frost Lynx, because then they can't block next turn. I'm gonna do this now in case we top a creature we can maybe play. Discard. They're at 2? I don't think I want to mutate this. I think I just want to cast it and hold open an Essence Scatter. Most likely they'll just burn it, but we got rid of 2 of their tappers, which is pretty good. We also have like a 20% chance, just shy of, almost a 20% chance to draw a Bloodgirdle. I feel like those are good odds. Draxus as well is another card. Not that we have any stuffs that are perfect to get back, but... 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage. If they have a pump or a mutate, we might die. There's still 4 lands. Oh no, that is 5 turns till a Bloodgirdle. Please don't. If they had a pump, they would have used it already. Pacifism on my cat. If they attack me, they can block this and tap that, take 1. Oh no! That's actually bad. Ooh. Recycle. Target creature you control. We actually need... We kind of need to cycle this, right? I'm gonna do it free combat. They can't interact with my card at all, so we're gonna cycle this. We're gonna put it on this thing. And then we'll curdle this. Give this menace. It doesn't matter. Yeah! Woo! Dun 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 dun! Isn't the token even? I think the token was even. I thought it was 3. But I think you're right. The entire time I was thinking it was 3. Because it was a Frostlinks. Huh. Yeah, so we might have... It was tapped down the prior turn. Well, no, because the Frostlinks targeted it. So it should. If it was even, then it wouldn't have been able to target it, right? I think it still is 3 CMC, strangely enough. I kind of assumed it was, but now I remember that it did the thing where it touched it, so. Hi, I just played you. Oh, nice. GG's. Thanks for the game. That was a scary game. I was very, very scared. It was close, man. GG's. So in this tiny deck, this lifelink's actually going to be very relevant, isn't it? Your deck was full of removal? I saw there was a lot of removal, and then a lot of ways to stall a lot, which was great. I think no matter what they cast, I counter it? No, okay, maybe not that. All even CMC? I know, I got really lucky. Springdraw Trap is great with this card. The Springdraw Trap is really rough. Blood Curdle's good. I was really hoping for something to mutate onto so we can counteract some of this, but I think we go here. They're running low-ish on cards. 1 more mana and they can replay the Springdraw Trap though, right? But I think this is better than holding open the Shark because we have the Essence Scatter still, so I'm hoping they try and do something to give me value. Pretty please? They won't be able to replay it if... I think they should have played this when they had a chance. Oh, that one has Menace. I guess we're doing this. We lost our life gain, so I really want to mutate it back because I think life gain is going to be very key here. I think we're just gonna curdle that. We have Essence Scatter for this guy. And then after that, we'll just hold open the shark so they can never get it back. Right? That's the goal. This deck does love Corpse Chum. One, 4, 5. We do have enough to cast this? Nice. I actually don't want to attack. I'm not necessarily scared of him cracking back. I'm more concerned with them casting a Divine Arrow on our Necropanther. It's a card I really want to keep. This counter is much better because it comes on a big stick. I really don't want this guy to survive because of the card that can keep coming back. The sleeping dart, or not the dart, but the other one. Pretty scary. I do think I want to do it this turn. I'm going to use the reader to try to dig, because I would love to try to find a mutate, either to get a lifelink back or to get like any kind of value. Even just a creature, because their deck is going to be so full of Corpse Chums that as soon as they find it, we're going to die if we don't have some way to establish a comeback. Any reason not to attack with a 3/3 Menace? Because I wanted to make sure I had I'm at 10, and their deck is kind of designed to get this back, and then to get this thing back, the spring trap. So I would ideally like to not take any more damage. It won't take too much for them to be able to close out, unfortunately. So 1 or 2 damage could be a big difference. Again, normally I think I would wait on this, but I do really want to start building up some pressure before they find anything. The other reason is it's a guaranteed mutate target. Yeah. I'm willing to see it. Okay. So 1 for 1. Actually, there really isn't a whole lot of reason to do that right now, is there? Our opponent has no cards. I don't know why they wouldn't. We're equal on land. They are much deeper in their deck than we are, though. Do I want this Leosaur? I feel like it's the worst card in my deck. Halfway through my deck. 6, 7. Pick 2? Woo! Leosaur win? Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. He was at 8, I think. It would have been perfect with the Leosaur as well. I didn't do the math on it, so I was going to mutate that creature and then mutate the Leosaur again. The 2 counters to kill the champion, companion, whatever. Ayo. Good job, team. Good job. What do you think of Ikoria? I like it. Mole? I don't think we mole. We have our 2 main colors. I mean, it's a little on the slow side, but we're on the draw. We have a gust of wind. 3 lands is hard to pass up in a limited match. Any news on the Corgi? Not yet. Hopefully soon. Oops, I played the wrong land. That's okay. No news on the Corgi. We texted her, so we filled out the application early yesterday, and I hoped she would respond, and she didn't. And then we texted her today, hoping she would respond, and she still didn't. So we shall see. I kind of don't necessarily want to do this yet, because then if we skitter, He sacks this and then he just casts the removal spell and kills our guy. That's definitely an option. Or we just Blade Banish and hold open the fight as one. And then if we draw a land, we can Skitterer next turn. And that works better too if they have something that's under 4 power. This is better with a land draw next turn. Well, it didn't happen, but they're stuck. They might not have removal. I still like this option, especially because this is something we couldn't have killed, so we could have still just attacked, had this in our hand and progressed the board. There it is. Rat. So we're gonna go here and go even, because even is busted as fuck in this format. You have 2 of the same rare? That's cool. I'm jelly. No! If I would have cast the Leosaur, it actually would have been lethal. I wasn't really thinking about this. I forgot that it pumps him as well. That would have been good. That gives lifelink, right? Played the same rare on us 3 times. We wouldn't even need that, actually. We could just attack with only the 1, right? Incoming 7/7 lifelink that they cheat out? Did they discard a 7/7? I didn't see it. Uh-oh. Something happened. I hear noises. Hey, a Humble Bundle store purchase. Oh, I actually think I know what that is. Nice. Okay, so this is an awkward situation, to be sure. They can only have permanents that are like 2 CMC, right? Oh, that cost... Starting at cost. The question is what should we make the Lava Brink immune to? Even or odd? If it feels odd to me. But the problem is it doesn't play around any of the removal that they could have, right? They can have so much removal still. Because it's only permanent cards. Each permanent card in your deck. Hey, Extreme Hob, thank you. 9 months of support. Twitch, baby. Hell yeah, thank you, love. $20 subs? We did have some gifted subs earlier, that's why. Alright, I owe you guys 2 spins. We'll go ahead and do that at the end of this game. Yikes. Everything is odd, though. That's great. Keep this land in case they decide to mutate. Also odd. Also odd. I think we just cast this. I think we stop racing now. Because they're gonna have spring draw traps and stuff. I don't have faith in our ability to do this. And this thing, right? I need them to brick for just a smidgen. I tell you, odd. You're so smart. I'm gonna kill a scorpion here because you can't mutate onto it. Not that anything in the deck I think can mutate, but if that's very results-oriented thinking, right? All they would need is like 1 burn spell in either color, and then you'd be like, oh, rat. Because it's permanent, right? So it's good for the creatures, but usually the reason you pick odd is because it gets around Blood Curdle, it gets around so much stuff. But, you know, I'm sure, you know, you're right because it worked out this one time. Okay. There's no reason to hold on to this island, this plains, actually. They have no cards in hand. And then they top decked a removal. Very reasonable. Checkpoint officers, not nothing. I don't know why I would tap the blue there, but sure. Have you seen the new cards coming with historic? I have not. Now, I don't play much constructed, so I usually don't bother to look at those things. Seriously, can you stop top decking things for like a second? That would be great. I only have 1 more removal spell? Ooh, ah, no! No, I can't mutate! Shit. Oh, I guess I can't. I can mutate. I can play this and then mutate onto it with the Leosaur, bringing back something, doesn't really matter what. Preferably something with lifelink. Play this to tap something down. Getting back the Scorpion every turn is a fucking problem. But we can tap it down potentially if need be. And we can also make a bajillion D cats. Maybe? Blood Curdle, ouchie. And now this cat has lifelink and we're gonna die. Guess we can go. Can we afford to let this cat live? And have him kill our Sky Sovereign? If he kills the Panther, I mean, that's sucks. Oh, I forgot it has Menace. Shit. Sacrifices a blocking creature. Okay. They can do it again. Ooh, I forgot about this ability. I remembered it pumped. But I didn't really think about the sacrifice there. Ooh. GG's. So we started in May of 18. So it's been over 2 years. And they pay you out at $250, I think, is the minimum payout. And we have earned $114. All right. Thoughts on Ominous Sea? I think it's not very good. In the right deck it works, but in most it does not. Phyrexian, Obliterator, and Ulamog. Interesting. Ceaseless Hunger. Premium cards are adding... So I think they're trying to slowly, like, get closer to... Interesting cycle. I feel like I'm going very slow. I think I want this pacifism here. I'm not in love with it, but if I don't do it and I cast this on 3, he goes to 4, right? And then he can attack. I can't block. And then he plays a 4-drop, a bigger 4-drop, so I can't attack into it. So we're just like behind every step of the way. You'll probably die, but I think I'm fine with that. So anyway, guys, for anybody who was curious what we were talking about, Yanks and I, if you guys use the link down below, or the code for it, the I think there's a code, I'm not sure, through Humble Bundle. Anyway, if you buy any Steam games, you guys can get them through Humble Bundle, usually either at the same price or a discounted cost, unless Steam has a sale, that's different. And if you do that, then the streamer gets a percentage, and in our case, that percentage is 5%. And when you, all of my sales program stuff I use for conservation. So, but we were joking because at the rate of 5% per sale I make, which isn't much because I don't advertise it or push it because I don't like selling things to you guys. We've gotten $114 saved up. Which is still good. It's better than it going to nobody, right? And And anytime I get any sales kickbacks, I donate it to charity. So that way I never have to try to sell things. Because that is the last thing I would want to do. Does using your code for Epic for free games contribute? I think it does. I don't know how it works. I made the thing, but I've never really used it. So I'm genuinely not 100% sure how it works. I did see on there that I somehow had like some percentage of I think I had like $1 on there. I don't know how I got it, to be honest. I think I am okay with a combat trick here. I'm also fine with a trade here. Hey, Marty, thank you. Guys, we got a host. Can we get a streamer shout out for Marty, please? This song keeps playing over and over again, I think, actually. Sorry. Welcome, Raiders. We're doing some draft stuff. It's going all right. We're one land short of doing both. I think we have to do this now. And get back the lifelinker, I guess. But anyway, it does do something, but I have no idea what, and I'll probably never get a payout for it, so it's definitely better than not doing it. Because Epic Games makes enough money, right? You try to claim all their free games? Yeah, I'm honestly not sure how it works. There is a stick here. I mean, I guess it could be this too, but... Worst case scenario, they like burn it in response, and then we can always top deck a removal spell. Or a mutate spell, get it back, and then hopefully we'll just drain value out of them that way. Since your roommate left, your internet is pretty good now? Oh, nice. Two damage. Shoo! That was the bestest counter in all the land. You're infinitely worse than you were. Than you are. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. There were a couple who somehow managed to throttle our connection so badly MTG disconnected every 5 minutes. Yeah, my roommate can't stream. My roommate is like a hobby streamer, so they are not allowed to stream during specific times as well. I have to tell them they're not allowed between like 6 and 10. But usually they'll do it anyway, and if anybody in the chat complains, then I have to go kick them off. Poor naturalist eaten by a great shark in the middle of the forest. But it's a pouncing shore shark. He came too close to the tree line. Ooh, that auto tap though. Oops. Bad auto tapper. Shit. That was a pretty bad punish. All right, has the puppy lady emailed us back? Let's look. Nope. No puppy lady. Bobby, welcome. Jen Marker, welcome. Puppy lady, where are you? If she doesn't message us back, then we're just gonna have to put a deposit. I think tomorrow I'll just put a deposit down on the puppies from Texas. But they're so much farther away. You're getting doggos? I'm getting a doggo, I hope. We're trying to get a corgi, and we finally picked one that... We finally found a breeder that had them, and we were ready to go. We put in an application, but she's real slow and doesn't respond often. The real cost is the hotel and the gas. We'll probably just drive through. It's not that bad. Your roommates are okay with that now? It took me 2 years to talk them into it. They wanted us, so I talked them into it. They said yes, and then they changed their mind. They said, let's wait until we move. And then I think now they're just willing to make me happy. I think part of the reason is not the entire reason, but both of my roommates have been out of work, and so between the three of us, I've been the only one able to work, so I think it's kind of a, you know, you helped us out, so we can get a doggy kind of thing, which is nice of them. This is actually kind of bad for me. Killed one of my ideal targets. Oh no, cancel. I think I want to just do it. They have one card in hand. We want to go a little wider to box with these guys. So yeah, I wouldn't say they're willing to do it because they feel guilty, but more like they just want to do something nice for me in return, I guess. And also they both like dogs. And maybe being away from, or maybe being home for so much has also made them a little bit more interested. I'm gonna take the 4 here so we can block the. You're being roped? Ouch. Yep. There's no way they don't attack with the team here. Hopefully. The name of the song is When Am I Gonna Lose You by Local Natives. I recommend getting Shazam. It's a really good app for you. It looks like our opponent just has everything. GG's, we are dead. All right, 5-2. A lot of times, OG Buck Nasty, often you can run apps in the back, so it'll minimize the actual thing. I do it with Twitch and with YouTube. That way I can be looking up things on the internet or browse or open up other apps, and then you'll have a small window. Hey, this card was something we haven't seen much of. That was a brutal draft deck? Not really, we just got a little screwed. So I don't want to lose the thing yet. Oh no, is this gonna be a cycling deck? This cat is definitely dead, but we have ways to bring it back. They have so much land. Very confused. I'm gonna let it resolve, and I'm gonna cast a Curdle, because if we happen to draw a blue source, we can cast the Drake on the cat, holding open an Essence Scatter, getting the Curdle back, which is just busted as shit. Sometimes you just have it all. Oh, I didn't even know he had cycling too. Wow, what a nice chain you have there, sir. I exiled the first one so that way he couldn't get it back. With the second one, right? So it breaks the chain a turn sooner than if I curdled first. Okay, so I think we hold open Curdle for the Haster, and then Divine Arrow the 4/4. The only problem with this is we potentially, if they decide not to cast the Haster and they decide to kill the Drake, then we don't get extra value off of the Curdles and stuff. But I don't necessarily like evolving the Heron and only holding open the Divine Arrow either. Hey Link, welcome, welcome. So I definitely want a Divine Arrow first to bait out another one of these whatchamacallits, which they don't have, so then we'll just wall the things and upset them greatly. And we lost our value. Kinda knew that was happening. But that's okay. Hey Nerdgirl, I have a question for you. How much money do you think I need to invest to be able to play Magic comfortably? That is a tough question. It depends what you're trying to do. If you like limited, it's probably a bit more. If you want to be able to, does comfortably mean be able to make all of the top tier decks? Because if so, it's probably going to be quite a bit more. Kill something with a counter on it? Yeah, what's going on? Yes. 2 for Xing yourself. Got it. Just like 3 competitive decks? Well, usually there isn't much more than like 3 to 5 reasonably competitive decks anyway. A lot of that stuff really depends on how picky people are. I know a lot of people who get really frustrated when they can't build anything they want day one. Mono Red's in a tough spot right now. Right now, sure, but I mean, it's a viable option. The cycle deck doesn't have very many rares right now. Like, I'm not saying it's great, but again, just assuming that every single deck needs 90 rares is just absurd. Also, you're counting every single shockland at 40, like, that's if you want to build every single deck in the history of ever, which you don't need to do. Just super unnecessary. So next turn we can curdle what they play, potentially. Play the land, hold open the shark, which is not bad. I think we go this way. We'll pass. We can choose to curdle or we can choose the Divine Arrow, either one. That's very unfortunate. Alright, well, I think Great Shark or Curdle, whichever one is fine. I mean, it sucks, but... we couldn't protect the Great Shark this turn anyway. Well, now I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this so that way my guys got Menace. It's not great. My phone's ringing! No. I was really hoping it was gonna be the person that wanted to give me her puppy. It was just an app notification. We've been seeing a lot of this deck tonight. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Unusual. Two of those, gross. Last one I'm gonna play. They do have black lands, so they could mutate, although this is the humans deck. So it's not likely, but... I want my shark back. They went and ruined all my reindeer games. Ouch. This is a very long game. They know about my Divine Arrow, so I don't know if they'll attack with the Sergeant. This card's also really bad. That's really, really fucking good. Definitely not a fan of that. This is the most Orzhov human decks I've seen. I've played against more tonight than I think I have, period. This is just nuts. The consistency of these decks feels like bot drafting to me. I just can't find my own ass in this deck. Chittering, whatever, would have been kind of nice. Probably gonna die. I mean, I think I want to kill this guy too, but I think we might just 8, 12. Yeah, that's just lethal, regardless of how we cut it. Damn it. We failed, guys! We failed! 6-3. Drat. Thank you guys so much for checking out my video. If you enjoyed the content, please click the link below to check out our sponsor, Cool Stuff Inc. Without them, none of this content would be possible, and they've actually given us a 5% off code, so check that out. Also, a big thank you to all of you who have signed up for my Patreon. Many of you guys see your names here on this screen, and again, none of this content would be possible without you, so thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.